Welcome to Smart Remarks, where we represent the people, whoever they are.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
So Glenn Beck is everywhere. He's on the cover of Time magazine. He's being interviewed by Katie Couric. He's boiling frogs.
You throw them in, frogs into boiling water.
He's the man, he's the movement, but just what is Glenn Beck? You know, some liberals like Frank Rich in the New York Times and Salon.com's Glenn Greenwald seem to be taking a bit of a softer line with Beck because they are realizing that he and his movement represent authentic populism, and liberals have this big affinity for the people. And in part, that's because populism used to be a left-wing thing. In the 1890s, the People's Party talked about the abolition of national banks, a graduated income tax, and government control of the railroads. Just imagine what Fox and Glenn Beck would do with that today.
Comrades, good news from the Western Front.
Huey Long wanted to share the wealth, but populism later became a right-wing thing. George Wallace ran for president in 1968 and 1972 on a platform of less taxation and less desegregation. And check this out. I found this on Wikipedia. This is a line from the New Republic about a Wallace rally in 1968 at Madison Square Garden. Quote, "There's a menace in the blood shout of the crowd." Wallace was, quote, "the ablest demagogue of our time with a voice of venom and a gut knowledge of the prejudices of the low-income class." And I thought, well, that sounds a little familiar.
That's crazy talk. Bloody, bloody, bloody.
So maybe Beck is the ideological or political descendant of this, but he's far enough out of the box that he's begun to worry some conservatives as well. And some right-wing pundits have begun taking a few shots at Beck. But my problem with Beck has to do with my problem with populism itself. He represents the people! Well, fine, but who are the people, and what is it exactly that they want? You know, when we talk about the people, are we talking about a majority of voters? Well, didn't a majority of voters vote for Barack Obama? And Beck and his followers don't want to share the wealth. They want to take the wealth back. You know, lower taxes for the rich, eliminate the minimum wage, and everything else is communism. It's all a big communist conspiracy with Beck, and this is key. Because the reality is that to worry about the people, Beck thinks that makes you a communist. His populism is less about the people than it is about the person, him. Me. Why should I have to sacrifice anything for anyone else? That actually betrays a hatred of the people. And so this is Huey Long or William Jennings Bryan inside out. I realize liberals want to think the people are virtuous, and they can be, but populism in this country can be misguided, it can be prone to demagoguery, and it can be easily exploited. It's one of the reasons why it keeps popping up in our history, and it's one of the reasons it always goes down, either with a whimper or in flames.
Kathy, get off my phone! Get off my phone, you little pinhead! I don't care. You people don't care about the trillions. Get off my phone!